Hello, everyone. I am sorry that it is late. Busy day, work, and then my daughters had a school program today. So third grade did the recorder after school. So we are just getting home. We went to dinner afterwards. Covered Bridge Pizza is back open. So we went there after to celebrate their wonderful performance. So it is a little later than usual, but I didn't want to not get on. It's been a couple of days. So anyway, how is everybody doing? I'm doing well. I'm tired today. I'm so tired. I already read chapter 10, but I kind of wanted to go over it. I do have my Bible that I had mentioned, I believe it was in the first video, and I wanted to kind of give you a look at it. Now, I don't know if it'll be backwards or not, but this is the one that I had mentioned previously, if anybody is interested in it. So on this side, it has the King James Version. So you can see that it's got the King James Version on this side, and on this side, it has Amplified. So you can compare. The chapters start at the same, so you can really get a good view for what it's saying. It kind of explains it a little better. So for any of you who don't have that and are struggling to understand the Bible, this is a really good resource to have. And I know that christianbooks.com always has great sales on their Bibles. So I would recommend for sure that you get this one. So today is March 10th. We are getting there. 20 more days to go. We're going strong, right? So we are on chapter 10. And this is a good chapter. It really talks about, most of Proverbs talks about how we need to live. And so this kind of goes through that. So I'm going to read the chapter. Follow along if you'd like. Chapter 10, verse 1, the Proverbs of Solomon. I'm going to read it in Amplified, just so you know. A wise son makes a father glad, but a foolish, stubborn son who refuses to learn is a grief to his mother. Treasures of wickedness and all ill-gotten gains do not profit, but righteousness and moral integrity in daily life rescue from death. The Lord will not allow the righteous to hunger. God will meet all his needs, but he will reject and cast away the craving of the wicked. This is really good verse, especially with what we're experiencing today with the inflation and high gas prices, the war in Ukraine, just kind of knowing that God will provide. And it says it in multiple places in the Bible, to be dependent on him. God's people will prevail, right? So chapter 10, verse 4, poor is he who works with the negligent and idle hand, but the hand of the diligent makes him rich. He who gathers during summer and takes advantage of his opportunities is a son who acts wisely. But he who sleeps during harvest and ignores the moment of opportunity is a son who acts shamefully. So it's important to work hard. It's important to have a job. And right now it seems like that's a major issue in our country. Nobody wants to work at all. So this speaks volumes to me as far as accepting opportunities and making sure, am I doing what I should be doing to provide for my own family, and not being idle with my hands, if you will. Verse 6. Blessings are on the head of the righteous, the upright, those in right standing with God. But the mouth of the wicked conceals violence. The memory of the righteous person is a source of blessing, but the name of the wicked will be forgotten, rot like a corpse. The wise in heart are willing to learn, so they will accept and obey commands and instructions, but the babbling fool who is arrogant and thinks himself wise will come to ruin. He who walks in integrity and with moral character walks securely, but he who takes a crooked way will be discovered and punished. He who maliciously winks the eye of evil intent causes trouble, and the babbling fool who is arrogant and thinks himself wise will come to ruin. The mouth of the righteous is a fountain of life, and his words of wisdom are a source of blessing. But the mouth of the wicked conceals violence and evil. Hatred stirs up strife, but love covers and overwhelms all transgressions, forgiving and overlooking another's faults. On the lips of the discerning, skillful and godly wisdom is found, but discipline and the rod are for the back of the one who is without common sense and understanding. Wise men store up and treasure knowledge in the mind of the heart, but with the mouth of the foolish ruin is at hand. The rich man's wealth is his fortress. The ruin of the poor is their poverty. The wages of the righteous, the upright, those in right standing with God, is a worthwhile, meaningful life. The income of the wicked, punishment. He who learns from instruction and correction is on the right path of life, and for others his example is a path toward wisdom and blessing. But he who ignores and refuses correction goes off course, and for others his example is a path toward sin and ruin. He who hides hatred has lying lips, and he who spreads slander is a fool. So what comes out of our mouth is very, very important. Being hateful or lying or slandering someone else, it's just not good. If you don't got anything nice, don't say it at all. Verse 19. When there are many words, transgression and offense are unavoidable. But he who controls his lips and keeps thoughtful silence is wise. The tongue of the righteous is like precious silver, greatly valued. The heart of the wicked is worth little. The lips of the righteous feed and guide many, but fools who reject God and his wisdom die for lack of understanding. The blessing of the Lord brings true riches, and he adds no sorrow to it, for it comes as a blessing from God. Engaging in evil is like sport to the fool, who refuses wisdom and chases sin. But to a man of understanding, skillful and godly wisdom brings joy. What the wicked fears will come upon him, but the desire of the righteous for the blessings of God will be granted. Amen. When the whirlwind passes, the wicked is no more, but the righteous has an everlasting foundation. Verse 26. Like vinegar to the teeth and smoke to the eyes, so is the lazy one to those who send him to work. The reverent fear of the Lord, this is one of my favorites. The reverent fear of the Lord, worshiping, obeying, serving, and trusting him with awe-filled respect, prolongs one's life, but the years of the wicked will be shortened. The hope of the righteous, those of honorable character and integrity, is joy, but the expectation of the wicked, those who oppose God and ignore his wisdom, come to nothing. The way of the Lord is a stronghold to the upright, but it is ruin to those who do evil. The consistently righteous will never be shaken, but the wicked will not inhabit the earth. The mouth of the righteous flows with skillful and godly wisdom, but the perverted tongue will be cut out. The lips of the righteous, 32. The lips of the righteous know and speak what is acceptable, but the mouth of the wicked knows and speaks what is perverted and twisted. So I think for the most part, this is really talking about being careful what we say, controlling ourselves, working hard, doing good, trusting in the Lord, living for the Lord, and that God will provide for us in all ways. Very good chapter. Tell me yours below. I look forward to hearing it always. Sometimes I do these videos and I'm not sure if anybody's listening, but it's okay because it's good for me too. It really is good for me. Even if nobody's listening, it's like a replay for me. You know what I mean? So anyway, have a great day. Be blessed. Random acts of kindness. Let's work on those. Let's work on living for God and being God's disciples out in this world, okay? So have a good night, and I will see or speak to you all tomorrow.